Hello everybody, SlimKirby here. Welcome back to more of the Mega Man X playthrough. Last time we finished up the last Maverick that we had to defeat, and we're now ready to advance into Sigma's Fortress, which is kind of the Dr. Wily section of the game for like all the classic Mega Man games. Same kind of idea, just kind of a gauntlet of sorts of a few more stages, endgame stages. You'll face a lot of the enemies you fought and, go through a lot of the obstacles you've had to go through. And of course, do some boss refights as well. And there's also some new bosses too, so it's not just, redone content or anything. But before we go there, there is actually one more thing we need to acquire, and a few more things we have to do in general. And to do that, we're going to go back to Armor Armadillo's stage. I believe that's where we need to go. Because there are actually two things that are worth showing off here. Now, first and foremost, if we look at our menu here, as you can see, our sub-tanks are empty. I think they just naturally empty, like if you, turn off your game and reload a password, so we will have to refill all of those. But that's fine, because there's actually a pretty good way to do that in this stage. But there's also another item you can get in this stage as well, and we're definitely going to get that before we, finish up here. But to get started, let's just kind of go through the stage normally. You don't have to go too far in the stage. In fact, it's actually right here. Jump off of this platform. Well, okay, don't have to go that far, but right here, you have a lot of bats you can destroy. These bats, most of the time, will actually give you health refills. And you can kind of use that to refill your sub-tanks here. But more importantly, there is a special bat that's over here. And I believe it's this bat right here. This one kind of looks like the classic Mega Man bats. Now that bat in particular has an increased chance to drop extra lives. So if you need to farm some lives in this game, not just for endgame, but even just in general, if you're like, having trouble with this game, you can actually use this bat and get 1-ups very easily. So I would heavily recommend using that, especially before you go to, Sigma's stage anyway. And more than that, you're going to need a couple of lives to get the last item anyway. So it's really not that bad to do. And for just farming health, you can also kind of climb up here, because there's a lot of bats that are just in the way. You can kind of destroy them all at once. Now, you may get unlucky a lot of the times and have to kind of wait around to get, like, the actual, upgrades you want. And, of course, if you take damage, you'll have to refill that first before you, start filling up your sub-tanks. But this is a very good way to just kind of give yourself resources. As you can see, we're already done with one of the sub-tanks as it is. So it doesn't take too long. If you don't think you need to do this, then, obviously you don't have to, but, as someone who's not as familiar with this game as I am, like, other games, definitely something I don't mind doing. So, I'm going to go ahead and cut and speed up footage a little bit, and once we're ready, I'll start getting to the next phase of my plan for this first part of this video, so hold up, guys. Okay, I think I'm fully stocked here, so we've finished this part of this. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to showcase all the different upgrades to all the sub-weapons, just to kind of show what they can all do. So for the torpedo, the homing torpedo, or the horming torpedo as I called it before, this is what happens if you shoot one. You can kind of multi-fire it. If you charge it, you get a whole bunch of them. So that's what that one basically does. Next up, we have the Chameleon Sting, or Sting Chameleon one. The charge up for this one, as we notified earlier, as you can see, you can kind of turn invisible. You won't take damage. I want to say you also won't take damage on spikes either, so it can be really, really helpful. Let me actually test that theory really quick. I'm actually curious. That would actually explain how you actually get something. Of course, I don't see any spikes. Okay, whatever. I'll test it later. I want to say it's all damage, though, if I'm not mistaken, so... that can be pretty helpful for that, at the very least. Next up, we have the rolling shield. This is what happens. You just shoot a ball. I believe if you charge up, this actually acts as the shield weapon. And you can actually use it to destroy, like, some of the more common enemies, so... It can be pretty helpful in that regard. Now, I won't do it against bigger enemies. It'll actually deplete, so, you know, keep that in mind. But that's what that one does. Next one we have is the fire whip, which you can just kind of hold it like a flamethrower. Or, if you charge it, kind of create like a wave of fire on the ground. I wouldn't say it's really that helpful, but... You know, it is something you can utilize anyway. Next up we have Storm Tornado. It does that. Pretty helpful ability. Now if you use the charge up, you actually get like a giant vertical attack, which I wouldn't say is that helpful. I honestly kind of like just the normal one. I'm sure the charged up one does a lot of damage, and again, you can hit enemies above you with it, but you know, with this one you actually have the potential to like double hit certain things. So, that's how that one pretty much works. Next up, we have the Electric Spark. You just shoot a spark normally. I believe if you charge it up, you get, like, 2 vertical pillars that go on both sides of the screen, which is kind of helpful. Next up is the Boomerang Cutter. You know, we've seen that in action before. If you do the charged up, you get... That's actually kind of a cool one, not gonna lie. But yeah, you get kind of like a... Not really a screen nuke, but, you know, blades that kind of go around you and expand outwardly. And then you have Shotgun Ice, which I believe is the last one. You know, obviously you'd shoot the shotgun pellets and they, you know, ricochet and explode in different directions. For this one, you actually create a sled, and you can actually ride that sled, too, and kind of get through some sections a little faster. There is another section where I think you can use that in the next stage, or one of the endgame stages to your advantage. But yeah, you can basically just ride it like this. But yeah, that's actually all the those are all the weapons, all the upgrade specials, whatever you want to call them. So now that we've done that, the next thing I'm going to show you guys is we actually need to get to the end of this stage. So we still need to be in Armor Armadillo stage, so we're in the right place. Don't get me wrong, we are in the right place. We just have to go to the very end of the stage, so hold on as we get there. Okay, so we're at roughly the end of Armored Armadillo stage. This is the last one of these little mine carts you have to ride. And I kind of showcased what you have to do, like, earlier on when we went to this stage. But basically, you want to ride this platform to the very end. Try to see if you can get rid of some of the enemies if you can. And then at the end here, you need to jump up here and grab this. Now, you can't just do this once. You have to do this a couple of times. And that's another reason why I grinded lives for this, because you essentially need to die after doing this. And in order to get this, you also need to have all 4 sub-tanks, all 4 of the Mega Man X upgrades, and of course, you know, all the normal abilities and health tanks as well. You have to have basically everything. You have to have treated this like a 100% playthrough. So, do this a couple of times, and you will have to go through like a bit to actually get back there. You have to go through this section and defeat this guy again, which should be very easy because you have the Buster upgrade and everything. But yeah, you just have to do this a certain number of times. I want to say it's like 4 or 5 times. And like, you don't have to do it like in a row. Like, if you mess up and just don't make it, that's also fine. You can just come back and try again. But essentially, you do have to do this a couple of times, basically. So, I'll start cutting after I do this part. Okay, unfortunately, I took a death there. I should have tried to jump and maybe get one of those birds, but it is what it is. But yeah, let me cut and do this. There we go. I give you a special present. Now, enter the capsule, please. Hadoken! So there we go. We actually get the hadoken, which I think they kind of put that in here because Street Fighter was, you know, doing really well at the time this game came out, and, you know, also created by Capcom as well. But yeah, you can now use the hadoken. Now the hadoken you can only use if you have full health. That you can only do it if you have that, and in order to do it, you have to do kind of like the same input that you would do in Street Fighter. So you have to do like some directional inputs followed by the fire button. So I believe one way you can do it is if you do this really fast, you can just do down, right, fire. There we go. You kind of have to just like mash the D-pad a little bit if you're not really getting it, but just kind of stick to those two directions. When I say right, it's either left or right depending on like which direction you're facing. So, you know, down, down, forward. That's basically what it is. But yeah, the hadoken is really powerful. I believe it can actually take out pretty much any Maverick in like one shot. And there is another boss that it's actually really good against too that I would recommend, you know, using for that boss when we get to it, just to kind of, you know, save you some trouble and some grief. But yeah, like I said, you can only get this if you have, you know, all 4 sub-tanks, all 4 X parts, all the 8 heart capsules, as well as just getting everything. And once you do get it, you have to, well, you have to go through that little jumping section like 4 or 5 times. And then, yeah, you just have to have be at full health and then do those inputs, and there you go, you got the hadoken. Okay, well, with that done and over with, let's escape. I might go back really quick just to fill up on lives again, because we did pretty much lose all of our lives there. But that shouldn't take too long, so I'll be right back. Okay, so with that, we have everything in the game. We're all stocked up on lives and sub-tanks. I think we're ready for the end game, so let's do it, folks. Let's split up. I'll go in first, and then you can slip in while I keep the main defense force busy. Okay, Zero, you got it, buddy. Okay, so yeah, like I said, this is Sigma Stage 1. You know, pretty much your standard endgame Mega Man stage for the most part. You'll face a lot of enemies that we've fought throughout the game. You'll go through some obstacles and stuff. It's kind of just a culmination of everything you've done in this game and in this playthrough. So, yeah, have fun with it. Have fun and enjoy yourself. It should be a good time. Now, this part coming up here, I really, really hate. Probably the worst platforming section in the entire game. I'm honestly kind of glad that it's, like, early on in the first stage. So, like, once you do get past it, it's like, okay, I'm home free. But yeah, like right here, you have to climb up these platforms. What makes it annoying is that these enemies will be coming for you while you're doing this. And I'm never ready for it, I've noticed. It's just like really, really awkward. Damn it! Man, I just really hate this section. I mean, again, like, I'd rather do this with X than I would with, like, you know, Mega Man gameplay, to be fair, but, ah, come on! I swear I did the dash jump. The inputs were like, no, you didn't. But yeah, I swear, like, once you get past this part, the rest of the stage is not as bad. And, like, for this part, you can also, because you have, like, the armor upgrades, so you can, if you need to, you can, like, kind of slip beyond, like, some of these guys if you just want to move on and You don't really care about your health that much. Plus, the stages usually are pretty good about giving you resources anyway. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, thankfully I only lost one life. I am more than happy with that. I would rather lose only one than more than that. And again, don't be afraid to use, like, other upgrades, like your other weapons, as you're going through here. I mean, that's what they're there for. I would recommend, like, if you know you're going to need one for a boss coming up, though, try not to use that one, obviously. As far as this stage, you're going to want to bring rolling shield, homing torpedo, and shotgun ice, it looks like. So, yeah, use storm tornado then. If you really want to just kind of make quick work of things in here. And again, like, as you're killing enemies, you may actually get stuff along the way. Stay back, X. I'll take him on. He did do a good job of taking him out earlier, that's for sure. Okay, I'm just going to go with normal Buster at least to start. Oh boy, something's going on over here. Oh, shoot. Don't listen to him, X. Go ahead and blast him. Dream on, Zero. X knows he can't defeat me. My armored carrier is more than a match for his ancient weapons. So yeah, once again, don't worry about this fight. Just let him body you. He's just, like, really, really fast and really powerful. I don't know if, like, anything changes, if, like, you can manage to, like, take him on, but, you know, he doesn't even show his health bar, so I honestly would not even worry about it. Maybe, but I'm not through yet. What a worthless gesture. I can't be defeated so easily. So, X, it's just you and me now. Thankfully, though, we do get full healed for this. What the? Where did that energy come from? It really doesn't matter how much energy you absorb, X. You are still far too weak. Prepare to be terminated. So now we have to actually fight Vile. His weakness is the rolling shield, so we'll go ahead and use that. Now Vile himself, without the ride armor or carry armor or whatever, really not that bad. As you can see, we took him out pretty easily. Honestly, even just using your Buster is not too bad against him either. Okay, so we done that. Oh no! Zero! X, I've taken too much damage. Auto repair systems can't handle it. My power is fading fast. Your power is greater than I thought. Maybe you can destroy Sigma. Oh no. Zero. You've done so good. Also, watch this. Whee! Very quick way you can get through that room without having to deal with any of the nonsense. Also, this section is kind of annoying, admittedly. Just because of the respawn. Like, there's some enemies in, like, Mega Man games that just shouldn't respawn. And, you know, you can do stuff like, you can just, like, use, like, Chameleon Sting here, or Sting Chameleon weapon. Just so you can, like, you know, get through this without any fear. But still, it's kind of annoying that the respawn thing is just something that, again, I don't mind it doing it for some enemies, but there's some that it just shouldn't do for. So yeah, here's Kwanger. We have to do a refight with him, which is not too bad. He's one you can kind of just body with his weakness. So he's really not that hard. I would have shown off the hadoken, but like, as you can see, I'm clearly not full health. But we can keep on moving. Honestly, hold on. Let me get Storm Tornado back out. See if we can maybe get some of our health back. Yeah, close enough. Not to mention, it's not even over yet. There we go. Not that it'll really matter for this next part anyway, but it's cool. So, fun fact about this next boss. This is not a robot or a Maverick refight. This is a unique boss here. This is actually the very first boss I ever beat in Mega Man X. And that's because when I went to MagFest, I think it was 2016. It was either 15 or 16. I want to say it was 16. There was basically like a set of challenges you had to do for like retro games. And one of the bosses, or one of the challenges, was doing this next boss without any like upgrades and only using like half of your health as well. So, you know, kind of a endurance challenge of sorts. So that actually gave me some experience with this boss beforehand. But say hello to the wall spider. The wall spider is interesting. It's almost like a giant Mario Party minigame when you think about it, because you have to like pay attention to where it goes, and then you have to hit it wherever it ends up. Now, it does have a weakness. Its weakness is actually shotgun ice. But you don't need to use that for this, honestly. You can just use your normal buster and be fine. In fact, I almost prefer that just to... Because shotgun ice, you have a little bit of a... I guess I will show it off a little bit. But you have to like make sure you fire it at the right time, because there's some points where he's like won't be vulnerable at all. See, using the charge is just like, doesn't seem like it's going to be that useful. Yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool that, like, you know, this boss was actually, again, my first experience with this game. And it's like such a Mario Party-like thing. Like, it's pipe maze from Mario Party, basically. So, that's another reason it was kind of appropriate. Yeah, don't be surprised if you take a few hits, but if you have 100%, like, you'll be fine. You can take many hits in this fight and be fine. There we go. That is actually Sigma Stage 1 completed, so we are done with that. I'll do one more stage, because I don't think it'll take me too long. Yeah, there's not really that much going on in this next stage. But yeah, definitely some nostalgia with that particular boss fight for me in this game. And it was technically before I even, you know, played this, like, played the full game for that matter, so kind of cool. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next stage. Man, I love how, like, all the annoying parts of these stages is, like, at the beginning. all the bottomless pit sections. Okay, got another boss fight. I guess I can try the hadoken here. Assuming he doesn't jump anyway, because we have Chill Penguin. Ah, damn it. I almost had it. I got the hadoken off, it's just I already hit him with another blast. So, yeah, we have Chill Penguin again. Chill Penguin, even though you do have his technical weakness, which is the fire wave or the fire attack from Flame Mammoth, I honestly think that Buster is still the way to go with this guy. Plus, it's just, you know, good practice for whenever you want to play this game again. You know, just take him out first, since he's usually the first you'll take out anyway. So you can use the pink charge to go all the way through the penguin sculptures. Okay, well if we get more health, I'll try the hadoken again. Oh yeah, I can't do it now. I can't practice it now because I don't have full health. Yo, mech gameplay, let's go. I just punched that guy in the head and he's gone. Yeah, that's fine. Can't take the mech up with me, unfortunately. I think it's actually better to go this way. Oh, I thought it was anyway. Yeah, because you have to deal with those guys. See, even like right here, you can deal with them, technically. Oh my god, really? There we go. Give me a full health. No! Oh, I know who we're facing off here. It's Storm Eagle! Storm Eagle gonna get wrecked. God, he didn't even do like the dive down attack either. We really got him. Okay. I'm trying to think. Okay, so I do actually need to use this again. So I'm gonna be on the lookout for Saber Storm. And of course, we're already here. I mean, we probably wouldn't even use the hadoken for this next fight anyway. But the next boss, we'll actually have this weakness again. And this boss is interesting. In a way, I kind of like this boss, but I can understand this boss being like kind of stressful for some people. But yeah, we have like kind of a security system of sorts. What's annoying is, like, yeah, you have to keep, like, wall jumping at this part. Woo! Okay, we got it. I think I could have taken like maybe 1, maybe 2 hits, but glad we got it done there. Yeah, it's not too bad. Like the each piece of that takes a lot of damage. And as long as you keep wall jumping, and if you get hit by anything, remember you have invincibility frames, so you have like a second to get off of the spikes. So it's not too bad. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and save, and I think I'm gonna actually stop here because the video recording says about 40 minutes. There was definitely stuff I cut out, but still, I don't want this video to be too long. Next time, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think next time will actually be the finale for Mega Man X. So, yeah, I will see you guys there. This has been SlimKirby. See you guys next time. Later, folks.